What I said is that we create media stories. In other words, we focus the people's attention on what's already going on. Does anybody really think, I challenge you, go to Springfield, Ohio, which has been overwhelmed by 20,000 Haitian immigrants. Go to any community that's been overwhelmed by Kamala Harris's illegal alien policies and tell me that these are stories made up by politicians.
Hey everyone, I've been in Ukraine for the last 2 weeks and apparently some things happened while I was gone. Like Donald Trump saying they're eating cats in my home state of Ohio. I actually did watch parts of the debate on my phone where he said that. We're getting ready to cross into Ukraine from Poland, so I was a little distracted, but I saw what everyone else saw. Kamala Harris humiliating Donald Trump in all the right ways. He fell for every rhetorical trap that Harris laid for him. But even I am surprised at how long the story about Springfield, Ohio has stayed in the news. That clip you saw where J.D. Vance defended making up stories is from this weekend. They just cannot stop stepping on rakes. What's kept this story alive is the astonishing incompetence and indiscipline of Trump and Vance. Before I explain, here's Vance acknowledging that he makes up stories to drive news narratives.
If I have to
meme,
create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do, Dana, because you guys are completely letting Kamala Harris coast. You had one interview with her. You talk about pushing back against me, Dana. You didn't push back against the fact that she cast the deciding vote on the Inflation Reduction Act, which is why a lot of Americans can't afford food and housing.
You just said that you're creating a story.
Public policy.
Sir, you just said that you're creating the story.
What's that, Dana?
You just said that this is a story that you created. So the eating dogs and cats thing is not accurate.
Dana, it comes from firsthand accounts from my constituents. I say that we're creating a story, meaning we're creating the American media focusing on it.
Every chance that the Trump-Vance team has had to move past this ridiculous and transparent lie, they've instead doubled down. It's the logical end result of a political messaging strategy that demands that you never admit fault and never express shame. It is, by definition, shameless. You heard J.D. Vance challenge the media to go to Springfield and dig into the story. Well, they did, and they found that the Springfield resident who first made this accusation against her Haitian neighbors said she was wrong. They didn't eat her neighbor's cat. It was in the basement all along. The basement.
NBC News has now spoken to a woman. Her name is Erica Lee, and she's the woman behind one of those viral posts claiming that her neighbor's cat was kidnapped and saying that it may have been at the hands of Haitian neighbors. She tells us at NBC News she has now deleted the post, that it was wrong, that she misinterpreted a neighbor's story. She just texted me, quote, "I messed up royally," and she said she never meant to cause so much hate against this one group of people. And so, Alex, again, the frustration here mounting, the chaos mounting, and we're just kind of here on the ground seeing where this goes from here.
It is so disturbing that people are making bomb threats against schools, against a hospital on a Saturday morning. It's just nuts. But let me ask you quickly with regard to the Haitian immigrants. Yeah, 100%. The Haitian immigrants, are they fearful at all for retribution, for people coming at them for these falsehoods?
Oh, of course they are. Of course they are. We had our team here earlier this week, and they told us point blank they fear for their lives. And we should note a lot of them don't want to go on camera. We've had really one kind of representative of the community speak to us about that point. That's why you haven't seen a lot of people speaking out, because they are fearful. One family telling a local paper that they woke up one morning to a window broken and acid thrown on their car. So make no mistake about it. They are fearful. They say the violence is real. And a lot of them are afraid to speak out. So we're hearing those stories as best we can as this all plays out.
And yet Trump and Vance amplified this lie and continue to do so because they think it helps them politically. All the while, schools in Springfield have received threats and gone on lockdown, public buildings have had to close, and Trump's racist nativist shock troops, the Proud Boys, have descended on this Ohio town. Here they are, unwelcome and uninvited, except by Trump, marching through the streets of Springfield. By the way, the video credit here goes to my amazing field producer from Against All Enemies who runs Freedom News TV. It's Ken Harbaugh. Quick break here because I have two favors to ask. We're off to a great start with the Ken Harbaugh Show on YouTube, but the podcast needs a little love. Please click the link below to follow, rate, and review. The success of shows like this really does depend on those ratings. And if you haven't yet followed me on Patreon, please check it out. It's free to sign up, or you can pitch in a few bucks a month. Every dollar goes back into this show and our pro-democracy efforts, including the reporting from Ukraine. Go to patreon.com/Ken Harbaugh. Thanks for the support. We all have busy lives these days and can't afford to waste time stuck on the couch because of a few drinks the night before. ZBiotics is the answer we've all been looking for. ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. ZBiotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. It's designed to work like your liver, but in your gut where you need it most. Just remember to drink ZBiotics before drinking alcohol, drink responsibly, and get a good night's sleep to feel your best the next day. The first time I tried ZBiotics was at a recent family gathering. As instructed, I drank a bottle of ZBiotics before any alcohol. I was amazed at how good I felt the next day. Every time I have a ZBiotics before drinking, it makes such a difference the next day. Even after drinks the night before, I know I'll be able to get back to my daily routine, like working out or mowing the lawn with ease. Give ZBiotics a try for yourself. Go to zbiotics.com/boats to get 15% off your first order when you use boats at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/boats and use the code BOATS at checkout for 15% off. Thank you, ZBiotics, for sponsoring this episode. The KKK is here as well, distributing racist, threatening flyers. And JD Vance and Donald Trump continue to add fuel to the fire, even as residents and leaders in Springfield implore them to stop. The mayor of Springfield, Rob Rue, said this about the bomb threats that City Hall and 2 elementary schools received. All these federal politicians that have negatively spun our city, they need to know they're hurting our city. And it was their words that did it. And yet, when JD Vance is confronted about the extremists who his lies have emboldened, he says we should just ignore them.
On September 9th, you amplified what you said yourself were rumors about Haitian migrants eating pets. Donald Trump then claimed those were facts, and he repeated them to 67 million people on the debate stage this past week. In Springfield yesterday, 2 hospitals went into lockdown after police were alerted to a bomb threat. On Friday, 2 elementary schools, 1 middle school were evacuated. Thursday, an elementary school was also evacuated, and Springfield City Hall had to evacuate due to a bomb threat made by someone who said they were concerned about immigration. These false claims are endangering your constituents. Do you regret your words?
Well, Margaret, first of all, we condemn all violence and condemn all threats of violence. I want whoever made these threats to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. But we don't believe, Margaret, in a heckler's veto in this country. You can condemn violence on the one hand while also saying that there have been terrible problems caused by Kamala Harris's open border in Springfield. Now, you said that these are false rumors. Well, I've heard about a dozen things from my constituents in Springfield, Ohio. 10 of them are verifiable and confirmable. A couple of them we have direct firsthand accounts of, for example, migrants abducting geese at the local park and slaughtering them and eating them. Now, maybe all of these constituents are lying to me, but I would appreciate if the American media showed up and did some real investigation rather than amplifying the worst people in the world. Why is somebody calling it a bomb threat, Margaret? It's because they want attention. I think that we should ignore these ridiculous psychopaths who are threatening violence on a small Ohio town and focus on the fact that we have a vice president who's not doing her job in protecting that small Ohio town.
Okay.
If there's anything consistent at all about JD Vance, it's his hypocrisy. The same guy who said, "I think our people hate the right people," can, with a completely straight face, say this:
what we want is to recognize and to have motivate us the faith that is, I think, the source of all great truth in human history, and especially in this country. That we want our public policy to be motivated by the wisdom of loving thy neighbor.
There is nothing about loving thy neighbor in what Donald Trump and J.D. Vance want to do to America. And you don't need to dive into their brutal policy ideas like those laid out in Project 2025 to get that. Just look at what they have done to Springfield, Ohio. I'll leave you with this clip of Donald Trump unable to condemn bomb threats that his lie provoked.
Do you denounce the bomb threats in Springfield, Ohio?
I don't know what happened with the bomb threats. I know that it's been taken over by illegal migrants, and that's a terrible thing that happened. Springfield was this beautiful town, and now they're going through hell. It's a sad thing. Not going to happen with me, I can tell you right now.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.